It's your boy Ty back here with another video. And in this video today, guys, we're going to be doing a squad builder if you have 1 million MT. Now, I don't include a lot of the free cards in my videos, and today I'm not going to include Glenn Rice, but we're going to be talking about him as well because my squad has to change a lot with Glenn Rice, and if I don't have Glenn Rice. And we're going to be talking about why it changes, and some things to kind of think about with that. Now, before we dive any further into it, if you are new to my channel and have not yet, make sure you guys do smash that subscribe button as we're on the road towards 120,000 subscribers. So if you have 1 million MT, I'd start your squad with this right here, okay? And that is Galaxy Opal Ben Simmons, who I still think is a top 3 point guard in my team. If you can get one with a few extra Hall of Famers, obviously would recommend doing that. I mean, sure, you guys can say, well, Ty, there's probably going to be a new Ben Simmons coming soon, and there might be, but I don't care. I mean, Ben Simmons is absolutely incredible. If you want to, you can plug in Magic Johnson instead. You can plug in Shane Gould, really whoever you want. I would just make sure your starting point guard is a tall point guard. Ben Simmons at 6'11" is who I suggest compared to anybody else because he has a good frame. He dunks on everybody. He basically does everything you would ever need him to do, and I'm a really big fan of the card in general. Again, obviously 126,000 MT is going to be decently expensive, but the card is outstanding. Starting shooting guard position, there should be no questions asked, okay? And that man is Galaxy Opal Ricky Davis. I don't care who you are, this card is him at the shooting guard position. Because if you can find a Ricky with an extra Hall of Fame badge, it could be worth it for you. Now, this one has ankle breaker, probably not worth it. But again, 80,000 MT for Ricky Davis. I hate to break it to you guys, it's going to be tough to beat that. At the starting small forward position, a guy that can fit every squad in my team, Pink Diamond Jonathan Bender. Now, yesterday I feel like he was a buyout, and he still is barely a buyout. So, I mean, again, if you want to get Bender, he is barely a buyout right now. But I love the card. I mean, if you don't think I'm that high on Jonathan Bender, see where I have him on my small forward list. Because trust me, I definitely do love the card. There is absolutely no flaws in him. This one even comes with 14 Hall of Famers. I mean, there's some with 37 Hall of Famers. It's absolutely crazy to see all the Hall of Famers that Jonathan Bender does have. Now, he's actually a guy I do want to pick up for my Nobody Spent Squad series. So, we'll see, if I can find one that is souped up. People, have argued, Poku's just as good as him. Not quite. All I'm going to say is I'm a big fan of what Jonathan Bender can provide for you. 7 feet tall, really solid defensively, can make some plays offensively. As far as the full package, Jonathan Bender can do it all in my team. At the starting power forward position, we're plugging in Pink Diamond Taco Fall. And if you guys are thinking, Ty, you're just spending a ton of MT, you're right. In my starting unit, I am spending a ton of MT because I have 1 million to spend and I want my squad to be incredible. There's not going to be many better power forwards that come out than Taco. I mean, there's not. Maybe a new Yao, but outside of that, who could possibly overtake Taco? He's got one of the best. He's probably got the best player build in the entire game. He's wide. He's obviously 7'6". And he's just as that really good frame that everybody is going to love in my team. So, I mean, in general, I think people kind of sleep on Taco because they say, his stats are horrible. Which, I mean, are Taco's stats horrible? Let's break it down. Are Taco's stats as bad as everybody says they are? And to be honest with you, they are. I mean, his stats are absolutely horrible. But he's 7'6" with an incredible player build. He's on my 1 million squad. There's no questions asked. And at the center position, we're plugging in Galaxy Opal Evan Mobley. I want a guy that can compete defensively. Sure, you guys might look at my squad and be like, what? You got not very much offense out there. Look, man, I have Ricky Davis. As long as I have Ricky Davis, I don't really care who else is out there offensively for me. And Evan Mobley can hold it down on defense. Again, especially if he's not going to have to, guard the Yaos and Tacos of the world. If I have Taco to kind of counter that, Mobley is free to just kind of play his role. 7 feet tall, good 3-ball. Just a nearly perfect card on that defensive end of the court. So if you look at my starting lineups, you're probably looking at, I'm just doing some quick math in my head, 750,000, 800,000 MT. So that really means with my bench unit, you're going to have to ball on a budget. Now, the backcourt, if you have Glenn Rice, should look like this. Draymond Green, Shane Gould, Scotty Barnes. Any of those kind of defensive point guards in my team that you can think about. Magic Johnson, plug him in there next to Glenn Rice. Again, this is if you have Glenn Rice, get a Draymond, get a Scotty Barnes, somebody like that to run alongside Glenn Rice. Now, if you don't have Glenn Rice, I'm going to go somewhere completely different and plug John Wall in at the point guard position. John Wall is low-key at this stage slept on in my team. And I mean, I get it because he's not like that tall in an era which, you know, tall point guards are kind of running the game. John Wall doesn't fit that type of meta. But what John Wall is he's one of the best rim running point guards in the entire game. Combine that with such a smooth release. There's not really many flaws with John Wall. You know, even compared to my Galaxy Opal Russell Westbrook, John Wall is overall the better card. And I think he's just kind of slept on or not as talked about as he should be because he is only 6'4", and that does hurt the card's value in general. But as long as you've got a decently tall small forward to plug alongside him, he's going to be just fine. And that's why I'm plugging in Big Al Horford. Yep, Big Al right next to John Wall. You guys might be like, huh, Ty, for real? Yeah, there's nothing wrong with Big Al. He shoots the ball incredibly, he plays good defense. And this is the reason I like Al Horford so much is because, look, you don't need to have him with the ball very much. He's just going to play solid defense for you guys and make the right play, right? I like his release. And in general, I feel like, you know, it's hard to beat what Al Horford can provide for you guys on the court. And even compared to mine, if I can find one with, you know, a little better diamond shoe, I might end up doing it because I love Al Horford. He's been playing for me in my No Money Spent squad for quite some time now. And I really don't feel like replacing him because I love the card in general. At the backup small forward position, was there ever a question? We're plugging in Pink Diamond Alexei Pokusevski. I don't know why this card is as cheap as he is. Like, Bender's 100K, Poku's 30K. Is Bender better than Poku? Yes. I'm not going to sit up here and try to argue against that because Bender is the better overall card. But is it by that much? No. I mean, for me and my money, just give me Pokusevski for 30,000 MT. I mean, it's honestly that simple. This one, 27,000. Yeah, he is 7 feet tall, good three ball, good standing dunk, driving dunk, defensively is absolutely incredible. I mean, I did a gameplay with him, and if you don't believe in Poku, go watch my gameplay. I mean, the dude was absolutely incredible. Again, I just feel like it's hard because Bender is a better option, but Poku is 1/3 the price, so sometimes you just gotta tactically downgrade. And this is an instance for a lot of you guys, I would definitely recommend doing that. At the backup forward, the backup power forward position, we're gonna plug in the Pink Diamond, Dino Raja, who is still ridiculously expensive. And when I say that, I mean it. Like 29,000 MT. I mean, is it the worst price? No, but it is pretty expensive for a Dino Raja card. The card's really solid though. Good player model, good player build. And he just gets it done for you. If you've used Dino, you know exactly what I'm talking about. His player model is extremely good. He plays lanes in defense extremely good. He knocks down open shots. He's all you need at that power forward position, right? If you're starting Dino at the power forward position, you're not at a disadvantage, especially if you're not up against Taco and Yao. Problem is, him guarding Taco, hate to break it to you guys, it's an absolute nightmare. And that's why at the backup big, the backup center position, we're plugging in a guy that can get stops on Taco Fall, and that guy is Mark Eaton. You guys might not agree with me, but I don't really care. Mark Eaton's prices went down back to reality a little bit. And I'm gonna tell you guys, I'd pick him up, right? This one's got 12 Hall of Famers, and if, you know, he's soup compared to the other ones, I see limitless range. Why are we putting limitless range on Mark Eaton? We're getting trolled. But here's the deal, for 40,000 MT, he's gonna be tough to beat, 7'4", and that's really all that matters. He's gonna be able to get you that occasional stop on that occasional stop on Taco, as well as he's gonna be able to mash himself. So I really like them. I really like Mark Eaton, especially if you have Glenn Rice, run that Draymond Glenn Rice type of backcourt. But even with John Wall can 3-hunt enough in which you can get by with running Mark Eaton. And so you guys might be wondering, Ty, what does the final squad look like? It looks like this. Now again, if you are looking at plugging in your specific free cards, then sure, you can plug in Glenn Rice here, right? You can plug, let's say, I'm just gonna throw in Draymond right here and Glenn Rice right here. But I built my squad for basically, you know, 900K to 1 million, right? We spent way more on the starters than the bench, but you don't need that great a bench, right? As long as your starters can hold it down for you, that's the main thing. Obviously, if you have KG, Pistol Pete, you can plug them in as well. As even a guy like Charlie Villanueva instead of Dino is another kind of small recommendation I can make. But again, this is my squad without having any free cards. that you can run for 1 million MT and just hoop with it, right? You got Ricky Davis, Jonathan Bender, Taco. You got your heavy hitters, including Ben Simmons. Then you got your underrated guys on the bench as well. Let me know your thoughts on my 1 million MT squad builder. Who did I miss out on as far as budget cards? Drop a like on the video, subscribe if you're new, and as always, man, I love you guys, and have a blessed day.